everyone, welcome back to the channel. Tonight we are sitting down and trying out another at-home skincare tool, I guess you could call it, treatment, whatever you want to say. So this is a skincare tool slash treatment that has become super popular and typically is done in a spa or like by a certified esthetician, but the at-home version has become super popular, especially with the pandemic going on. So I wanted to get my hands on it. I am turning 24 this year, which means the collagen production in my body is going to start decreasing, and I want to do everything I can to keep my skin looking young and fresh for as long as possible. So we're giving this a test. Before we get started, don't forget there is 2 giveaways going on the channel. So right now, up until we reach 1,000 subscribers, everyone who's subscribed to the channel and leaves a comment down below letting me know that you're subscribed will be entered to win a $100 shopping spree at either Sephora or Ulta, your choice. Let's get the channel to 1,000 subscribers. It's been growing like crazy and I know we can do it. So thank you guys for all your support, and if you're new here, hit the subscribe button. And as always, once the channel reaches 5,000 subscribers, we're gonna be doing an even bigger giveaway and you won't want to miss out. Let's get started because I'm dying to try this. Okay, so today we are going to be trying a micro needle roller, or otherwise known as a derma roller. And before I go any farther into this video, I want to preface, I am not a professional. Don't just take my advice on this topic. Do your own research. If you have very sensitive skin, talk to your dermatologist first. My skin is pretty tolerant, it's pretty good, and I did do a lot of research before sitting down to film this because this is very new to me and it's something I wanted to try, but I wanted to do it right. So that being said, while I've done a lot of research, I also may not do this perfectly. Please don't come for my life, okay? Disclaimer over. There's a couple things you're going to need if you want to do this at home. First being the actual derma roller itself. So one thing you'll learn if you look into this at all is that there are varying needle lengths that you can get on the roller. I believe 0.2 to 0.5 is what's safe for at home, but 0.5 is like quite extreme, and any farther than that you have to go to a salon to get it done. So this is the Sonia Kashuk roller. I believe this was $9 or $10 from Target. It will be linked down below if you guys want to check it out. And this one has a needle length of 0.25, so pretty low, which I'm happy about. And one thing I recently learned is that different needle lengths can target different concerns on your skin. So the longer they get, the more value you can get, but also the different things that it can do. Okay, so let's talk about some of the benefits and what actually happens while you're microneedling your face. What you're doing is actually you're essentially damaging your skin, but only enough so that it sends signals to your brain to start repairing that skin, sending all those good things to actually make the skin look better than it is right now. So sometimes your skin may need a little more of a push, especially for people who have acne scarring or they say skin texture, pore size, stretch marks, pigment issues, anything like that. It's going to just promote healing in your skin. So that's kind of why people like this treatment. And if you look up any of the results, people have gotten crazy results, but that's typically when they go into a spa salon and get like the really intense needles where your face actually bleeds. That's not what we're doing today. This is the at-home version, so it's much more chill. But as I said, I've got this at Target. You're definitely going to need the roller, but there's one that's going around on Amazon that's super popular as well, and it has a lot of reviews. So I will leave that one linked down below if you're interested. And then you're going to need some rubbing alcohol. So I just picked up this little amber bottle from my zero waste store in town. I know not everybody has those, but you can get these on Amazon or anywhere. You don't need amber either. Just any sort of spray bottle and fill it with rubbing alcohol, because you are going to need to clean your roller before you use it and after you use it every single time. You are actually creating incisions in your skin, basically. Not really incisions, but you know, you're creating what they call micro channels. And that just allows whatever product you put on afterwards to actually sink in deeper, but it allows everything to sink in deeper. So if you're not being careful and you've got a bunch of gunk everywhere, then you're going to be putting that gunk deeper into your skin, which we do not want. Almost any microneedle roller is going to come with this plastic case, and you want to keep this. That's very important, so that after you clean it, it is being stored in a safe environment and you know dust and gunk is not getting in it. This is one of those items. Don't keep this in your bathroom. Just don't. So before we get started, I am going to spray this down with rubbing alcohol. This is what the roller looks like. So you can see there is hundreds of tiny needles in here. They barely stick out, but you can see them if you get really up close. So I'm going to spray this down with some rubbing alcohol, and then I am going to finish cleansing my face, and we'll get right into it. I am not being shy about the amount of rubbing alcohol I put on there. I'm going to put that back in the case and just let it dry for a second while I finish cleansing the skin. So another part of this process that's really important is cleansing the skin super well, and also using a cleanser that's not going to leave remnants. So I heard someone talk about this in a way that made a lot of sense to me. There's sort of two types of cleansers. There's those super creamy, nourishing cleansers that feel great, but you can feel them still on your skin a little bit. You know, think like a cleansing oil or a cleansing balm. You can sometimes feel that on your skin afterwards. My Boskia cleanser that I rave about definitely does that, and typically I don't mind that because I kind of like the feeling of the oil. It feels nourishing and soothing and moisturizing, which is great, but sometimes you don't want that. So today I used this cleanser by OC. It's the Ocean Cleanser. I've talked about this a few other times. This is one of those more stripping cleansers. Like it's not irritating, it's not too much on the skin, but it feels like it has sucked everything out of my face and there's nothing left on here. That being said, I'm going to double cleanse and just take a cotton pad and put a little bit of micellar water, go over what I've cleansed with just a bit of micellar water too, just to really make sure there is nothing on my skin. And you can take a microneedle roller down the neck. So I am cleansing the neck a bit too. I honestly am kind of a wimp, so I don't know if I'll do it, but we're gonna prep the skin anyway. Another thing that is super important is you want to do this when your skin is not having any active breakouts, no like open cuts or anything like that. So I do have a bit of a breakout on my chin, and I'm just going to ignore this sort of area for the purposes of today, because just like I mentioned earlier, if you roll over that, you're just going to spread that gunk everywhere. Soon, next time I do this, I will definitely be hitting the chin area, but for today, I'm just going to sort of skip around that, and that's okay because I really want to focus on this cheek area, and in between my eyebrows I have two pretty deep set lines, and I would love to see if over time maybe I can get those to sort of fade away. Okay, so I mentioned a little earlier that different length needles do different things, and I wanted to touch on that again because, like I said, this roller that I have is 0.25. Essentially, that level is going to cover things like enlarged pores, any blemishes that you have, or like spots, deep acne scars, and shallow acne scars. But if you want to go and do something, like if you're looking for other results, you're going to need to go up in size. So if you're looking to tackle things like sun damage or sagging skin, apparently, you need a bigger needle. You're going to need 0.5 to 1.5, which you're getting into the needing to go to a salon for that. You can even remove things like stretch marks or surgical scars, but again, you're actually going to need to go all the way up to about a 1.5. This is, again, not a professional, just what I'm seeing around the internet. And if you're looking at uneven skin tone, skin texture, or wrinkles, you're probably going to need a 0.5. So this roller that I have here, probably not going to do too much for my wrinkles. I would probably need something a little more severe, but we're not going to start with that. I do believe you can have a 0.5 at home, but I'm happy to start with my little guy before that. I'm a little scared, but we're going to begin the rolling process. Basically, basic technique is you're going to go over one spot one way about 6 times, and then you'll go back across the face 6 times the other way. So you're kind of like cross-hatching the face, and that's like the best way I can explain it, but we're gonna go. And also, you're gently rolling across the skin. You're not pressing down. That's something that was stressed in a lot of the videos I watched. So here we go. Okay, it doesn't hurt. I thought it was gonna hurt, but it just feels like a little prickling. Okay, I would say that this cheek is definitely a little bit more red than this one, but that did not hurt. My skin doesn't feel like aggravated. It just feels a little prickly, but I don't mind it. Let's move to the other side. Really, my skin's not too mad about this. I've done both my cheeks. It still just feels kind of tingly. I definitely have applied a bit more pressure after doing this side. I was like barely touching my face because I was really scared. But this side I got a little deeper, still not pressing in, but just, letting it actually glide across the face. So far so good. We are now going to move to the forehead. The forehead is definitely more sensitive. It didn't hurt at all, but I could feel the little needles more. I think I could describe this feeling as almost itchy, but not in like I'm gonna like freak out because I need to itch my face way. But yeah, it's much more mild than I thought. I kind of like it. So after you've rolled your face, what you put on it afterwards is super important. First thing being, don't try a new serum for the first time. Make sure it's something that your skin likes, because this is going to be going a little bit deeper than normal. The second thing being, don't use anything that is harsh or exfoliating on the skin. You want hydrating, plumping, all that good stuff. So I am using this one from Skin Inc. This is a hyaluronic acid serum. If you go to a spa, most of the time they will use hyaluronic acid. That is an acid that your skin naturally produces to help hold water, hydrate, plump the skin. And so I'm just going to go ahead and apply this. Okay, and that is the last thing I'm going to put on my entire face for the night. This is super moisturizing, so typically when I use this serum, I only use this anyway. I don't put on any more moisturizer. Good morning, everyone. It is the morning after I microneedled or dermarolled my face. And like I mentioned, I wanted to try and pop on it in the morning and tell you guys what I thought. And I also learned a couple new things that I want to share with you as well. So overall, I love how my skin looks today. Like you can see, it is super glowy. It feels so plump and hydrated. Like it really feels like I did go to a spa last night, and that is pretty awesome to spend $9 and feel like you went to a spa. My skin was tingly and a little bit like that itchy feeling that I mentioned. Kind of felt like that all through the night until I fell asleep. I filmed this probably like 2 hours before I really went to bed, so it does stick with you. It's not something that just like feels like a little tingle and then goes away. Like it is, you did damage your skin, you know, so it doesn't go away right away. But this morning my skin feels so like firm, and it just feels really nice. Like I really like the feeling. I was a little nervous going to bed, I'm not gonna lie. I was like, I don't think I like this. Like it's too itchy. I'm not sure about it. I'm scared my face is gonna like freak out. Like after I did it, I was very much aware that I had these micro channels and I didn't want anything bad to get in them. So I was very cautious before going to bed, you know, trying not to like smush my face in my pillow or whatever, and just like let my skin soak in that good hyaluronic serum and, you know, that kind of stuff. So let's get on to the new things I learned, which is that after you derma roll, you actually need to let your skin basically just breathe for the next 24 hours. So that means no makeup, no SPF, no harsh chemicals like we talked about last night. Just let your skin be. I didn't really realize this until this morning. I technically have a place to be this afternoon, but I'm not gonna be wearing makeup because I don't want to ruin what I did last night. So that's definitely something to keep in mind. You know, maybe do this on a Saturday night or something where you know the next day you're not gonna need to be wearing makeup. You can give yourself a full 24 hours, or do it at a time where you know, like if you have to be somewhere the next night, you know, maybe do it the afternoon before, but just make sure you're giving your skin proper time to heal, and not putting it in a place where it's going to be with a bunch of other gross stuff. All right, you guys, that is it. That is my attempt at home derma rolling. Hopefully this helps if you're interested in trying out this new at-home trend, or if you had any questions about it. Maybe this answered some of those. Like I said at the beginning though, not a professional. I did my research, but you should do your own too. I know that a lot of people get very touchy when it comes to taking skincare treatments into your own hands, and for good reason. Like, you definitely want to be kind to your skin. So yeah, that's everything. Thank you guys again so much for sitting down and hanging out with me. Don't worry, very soon I am going to be doing a full nighttime skincare routine and a morning skincare routine. They're going to be 2 separate videos coming sometime in the future. I've seen you guys ask for it on Instagram and in the comments, so Don't think I'm ignoring you. I see it. It's coming. I just really want to like make sure I am loving all the products I'm using right now before I share them with all of you. So stay tuned for that. Stay tuned for a lot of other fun videos, especially Halloween content that's coming out every week, unless you're watching this way after Halloween. Anyway, that's it for me. Thank you guys again so much, and I will see you very soon.